Welcome back. Hello, the three people that are already here. We're going to get started because all we need is one to party. Welcome back to another episode of Talks with Tone and Teena. I'm Tone, she's Tina, and we talk about all things trending, baby, like on our page. We want to say, first and foremost, thank you guys so much because as you saw, if you didn't see, we went from like 400 followers to 6,000 followers in like days. Thanks to my good girlfriend breaking the motherfucking algorithm and y'all liking our page. So thank you so much for that. Anything you want to say?
Hello, everyone.
Okay, now she's being this type of way, y'all. So let her warm up a little bit and we're going to get right into the questions. Week was good? Did you have a lovely week? All of that? I hope all y'all had a good week. I hope y'all, I don't know. If you didn't have a good week, put it in the comments. If you did have a good week, put it in the comments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my week was pretty good.
Okay, I like
today
it.
I was a guest speaker on a virtual mentoring group for ex-offenders coming back into the community.
What? For real?
Yeah, so I just, gave out resources and just talked a little about myself and encouraging words. Talked about like writing SMART goals and journaling and things of that nature, just to get the ladies and gentlemen, back acclimated into society and to encourage them to, stay upwardly mobile.
I love it. We do need to bring the brothers and sisters back into the community well. So I love that. She always involved in shit like that. I don't even know how they find her, but they find her.
Larry, who's one of our loyal viewers, he invited me. He is like the facilitator of the mentor cohort, and he asked me to be on there.
Cool. And Larry also have a book that he's written, so check him out. His page is Larry Moon. Larry, if you're on here, he's on here most times, so if you're on here, make sure that you tag your book, tag where they can purchase it and all of that good stuff, tag where the inmates can go. It might be some motherfuckers out in the audience that have people acclimating back into the community that need your program and your assistance, so tag that as well, baby.
Yeah, so we're gonna get started. Our first question of the night is, excuse that noise. We're live, so stuff happens.
Somebody car getting stolen. It ain't like y'all don't motherfucking know.
Okay, our first question of the night is, the question about Deion Sanders is, do you feel that black people should automatically cheer him on and vote for him? Because I'm not into sports, I'm not into football, but I saw Saturday, where Deion Sanders' team was not winning, and I saw a lot of different commentary from, just random people on Facebook. Some people was shitting on the team, some people was saying like, hey, as soon as we get a little bit of, status, other black people want to tear us down and things of that nature. So, do you feel that we as black people should automatically like cheer on Deion Sanders simply because he is a black college coach, coaching at a predominantly white, PIW or whatever they call it?
Okay, so I feel like I'm not a sports fan either, but I do feel like this. I don't think the black community should be obligated to champion anybody for anything. I think it should be a case-by-case basis. I feel like just because they're black, they don't get a cheer. No, you got to be doing. I feel like you should get a cheer when a cheer is deserved. You don't get a cheer for just being black. Like, what the fuck is that?
Wait 1 second. I'm sorry to cut you off. Hello, Francis.
Hey, Francis. Oh yeah, we ain't say hi to nobody.
Jawanda.
Hey, Jawanda.
I don't know if Francis is like a new viewer, but if you are, welcome, Francis.
Hey, come on, old guy.
And Jawanda. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I feel like you don't get a cheer.
And Miss Brown is here.
Miss Brown is always here, girl.
She said she's really not here. Cherie is in the building.
What you mean she said she's really not here?
Because she's working, and she went on ahead and answered all of the questions earlier today when I posted it.
Yes.
I didn't think she was going to be here. So shout out to Miss Brown.
Okay, Miss Brown, I love that. Okay, we got to make sure we have to incorporate your answers
here
into that.
So thanks for coming over to our page, you guys. Exactly. This is our first time.
Yes. But yeah, you shouldn't get a pass. You shouldn't get a congratulations just because you're black. If he's doing something good, then yeah. If he's losing, then why should he still get a cheer because he's losing?
Okay, I understand that, but do you feel that just in the black community we go overboard with like dogging or antagonizing, like, you know, like we can't wait for the moment for some shit to really go bad for one another
An attack
before we're attacking and putting each other down? Do you feel like that?
I think in certain circumstances, yes, but I feel like in this circumstance, no. It's a sport. I think when it comes to sports is a whole different ball game. They literally root for if you're doing good and beneficial to
That's
the
what
team.
I said too. I said about sport. I said that exactly because sports is different.
It's different. If you're rooting for, if you're benefiting the team directly, I want the best person for my team to win. Mm-hmm. I don't care who that person is or what seat they assign, what race they are, whatever. Mm-hmm. I want my team to win. So yeah, if you're not doing your job, I feel like as a coach, then I'm gonna boo your ass.
Okay, so Candace says she made it here on time.
Hey, Candace, girl.
Jawanda said you have to earn it. She feels that
absolutely.
She feels that Deion Sanders has to earn that, you know, that status and that clout or whatever.
Jawanda, do you feel like he's already earned it for the first couple of
Chayeza says she loves when you call her Chiz, Tone.
Oh, right. Because that's your name for me, baby. Jawanda, do you feel like he's earned it with the first two games? Because as y'all know, the first game, I don't know if this is the first game or the second, well, this is the second game or the third game. But the first game, he won. The celebrities came out for the second game and the first game. You know, he won. He did his big 1-2 and all of that. So, does that have any bearing on whether you should give him a shot or not?
I just feel like we should not be so quick to aha and laugh at one another. Hey,
I do agree with that.
I just feel like that's the whole thing. I don't know about sports and I don't particularly care. But I did see some people shitting on Deion, if you will.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Yeah.
Okay. Our real first question of the night is, what is something that peer pressure cannot make you do? So
crack.
Okay, so peer pressure.
Crack, heroin, any hallucinogen, basically drugs, committing a crime, anything negative. Peer pressure could never influence me.
Hi, Lauren.
Well, no, I can't say that. I can't say that.
What?
Committing a crime. Okay, so bitch, if you call me and was like, I'm in some shit right now, I need you to come right now and do whatever. Whatever happens after I pull up is most likely gonna be some illegal shit, and bitch, I'm that. Like, I can't say no, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be down with the shit. So I can't necessarily say criminal activity, but me putting anything in my body that I don't want to put in it, can't nobody tell me to do that.
Okay, Cherie said speaking on the Deion Sanders situation, Cherie said black people only want black people to lose. And I feel like,
what? You're right.
I don't know how we got there to the point where we get excited when somebody's doing bad or something bad is happening, or you know how they always say it's quick to believe a lie versus the truth because the lie makes the person look bad.
Yep, that's true.
So yeah,
I agree with that 100%.
Ms. Brown says she read that wrong. Disregard her answer on that peer pressure one.
Oh.
My peer pressure answer is a threesome. Peer pressure
for real
cannot talk me into doing a threesome. Yeah, I don't know.
So you have no interest in a threesome whatsoever?
I have no desire to be with a woman in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
What about two dudes?
Men say that, but no man wants to be, for the most part, wants to be up in a bed with two guys. It's a man's fantasy most of the time to have two women. And if it's something that you want to do and I don't feel compelled to do it, I don't do it. And a lot of times I've seen where women have had threesomes, not the women that like it and not the women that go both ways and try this and try that and down for whatever, but women who didn't really want to do it kind of felt like, hey, if I don't do it, my man is going to X, Y, and Z. First of all, your man is going to X, Y, Z if you do it or if you don't.
Yeah.
But second of all, a lot of them have regretted it.
Really?
A lot. Yeah, I don't know if you saw Monietta Shaw that was going with Neo. She said that he wanted to have threesomes all the time. And she would oblige him just because she wanted to be with him. And she said it eventually made her feel like he doesn't even want me. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that there's some truth to that. Also, I feel like there would be an insecurity there after that. Like, not necessarily like he doesn't, but I really do feel like in my youngest case, I definitely can see how she would feel like that. Maybe an insecurity as in, he don't really want me. She said he don't really want me there, but I would have an insecurity like he hooking up with these bitches outside of me. Like he really want them. And he's inviting me along so he won't get in trouble type shit. So I definitely feel where she coming from. Me having a threesome.
Hey, Tracy.
Well, if y'all old veterans, y'all already know. Me having a threesome with 2 dudes, I might on my 50th. Yeah, I can't say I wouldn't do. Well, I got a dude now, so he ain't going for that bullshit. But me with another woman, no, I don't see that either.
Okay, Miss Brown said she agreed with me. Lauren said yes. When did we become so negative on our own people?
I know, right?
Deion Sanders. Jawanda said she agreed with me. No, thank you to a threesome. And Tracy has entered.
Hey, Trace.
I
agree. No threesome for me either.
Jawanda also said anything that's going to cause interruption in her peace, that is something that she can't be peer pressured into.
Agreed. Jawanda, let me tell you, girl, especially in my 40s, my peace is so important. Listen. Family members, friends I've known for 80 years. I don't give a fuck who it is. If you cause disruption, you got to go. So, Jawanda, I feel you on that so much.
Tracy laughed at your threesome at 50, Tona.
I mean, you never know, Trace. If I can find it, and me and my men break up, and I can find a nigga that's no. You know what? I can't, cause I would be thinking something. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you so eager to be in this threesome with me and another nigga?
A man?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That might make me feel some type of way too. So I can't really.
Okay, moving on to our next question. Being okay or being comfortable with being disliked. What's your thoughts on that? Being okay with being disliked.
I have to thank my mother for that, because from the time I could even remember 2, 3, 4
Tracy
years
said,
old.
I'm sorry, Tracy said peace and priority is something she can't.
I like that, Tracy. Peace and priority.
And Jawanda said you gotta go. You got to go.
For real.
Peace is a priority. And Tracy said peace is non-negotiable.
At all. Especially at my big age.
Brandy
I can't.
has entered.
Hey, Brandy girl.
Brandy, we brought up your class last week.
Okay.
We talked about Brandy where I said she was having a class on last Saturday where they were going to be discussing the pros of buying commercial real estate. And
that networking thing. Yeah.
So
Brandy.
how did that go, Brandy?
Yes, put in the comments.
How did everything go with that? So
and if
that
you
was
recorded
Saturday.
it, or anything, if you have a YouTube channel, anything like that, make sure you put it in the comments so people can view it if they didn't have a chance to get to it.
Tina has entered.
What's up, Tina?
Tina said, Tina, I left you a message. My friend still got that bag for you. But anyway.
Oh, no, that's right. Tina, call her back, girl.
I gave her her number. She has it for you to pick up. But Tina said a lot of people don't like her. Fuck them. And Tracy said, I don't give a F who don't like me. That's not my business at all. F them. Jawanda said, you don't have to like me, but you're going to respect me.
Period. But like I said, I got to thank my mother for that. So from 3 to 4 years old, my mother been telling me they talked about Jesus Christ. And that's all I ever remembered. So I never gave a fuck. Even 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade. If you went to high school with me, you'll know. You went to middle school with me, you'll know. If you grew up with me, you'll know. I never gave a fuck about what nobody thought or said or did, or it just...
Lauren said she's her own best friend, so she doesn't really care who does
I
not
never
like
cared.
her.
I never cared.
Smoke has entered. Hello, Smoke. And I just really want to
Smoke,
thank
you for
everybody
finding
for
us.
coming over here.
Yes, thank
we gotta
you.
really start getting acclimated to this page for the live.
Exactly.
So thank you for that. And Sue said, what's the question? I missed it. The question, it's not really a question. It's just saying, are you okay with people not liking you?
And I'm very okay with it. Are you okay with it?
with people not liking you?
I know the answer.
Anybody that knows me
I know the answer.
knows the answer. This is honestly a no-brainer. Like, I'm more like what Tracy said. What someone else thinks of me has nothing to do with me. If you don't like me, that's your business.
Agreed.
Your prerogative. And honestly, no. I've had teachers that didn't like me growing up. I feel like a lot of times when you're like in you're going to school in like Southeast DC and you're going to these places, teachers and people, adults and children, they automatically expect for you to be a certain type of way. And when you're not that way, and when you are like vocal, you speak up for yourself, you're confident, you're just a leader type of person, people don't like that.
They
so
don't.
that means that they don't like you.
People also don't like when you're sure of yourself or you're confident. That people don't like confidence. What the fuck is up with that? People really don't like that. Now, honestly speaking, do you feel like you think about that much?
No.
Because I'm asking that because if you go down your timeline, it's amazing to me how many people post stuff like that. Like memes, like if it's always someone talking about you in a room, or I don't care what people think of me. To me, if you take the time to post it, you kind of do care. So, is that a thought for you?
I don't personally post memes or things like that.
Me either.
But what I don't like is when people say like, "Hey, make sure you don't like glorify yourself or whatever because other people are gonna get mad or other people are watching you."
Why would you give a fuck about that?
But I see memes like that all the time. You should never. Somebody else's concern should never be your concern.
Bitch, I'ma glorify.
And
I'm gonna motherfucking glorify. Period.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna glorify me. I'm gonna glorify my friends. I'm gonna glorify any person that's doing anything that's positive. You got a business, you got whatever. I'm gonna glorify. Now I ain't gonna say I'm a patron of all your shit or like promote, but I'm gonna glorify any person that's
Tina
doing
said
it.
that's why we as a black people don't like Prime, who is Deion Sanders, because he's too confident. And again,
you think that's what it is, Tina?
Okay,
I agree with that. They say he's very sure of himself. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know sports, but yeah, they call him prime time for a reason, I'm guessing.
Jawanda said, I have divorced myself from the opinions of others. People talk whether you're doing good, bad, or nothing, and that's a fact.
Absolutely.
Tracy said exactly, Tone. They talk about everybody. Oh, Sue said, oh, I don't care, LOL. Brandy said, I actually enjoy letting them know I give 0 fucks.
Period.
Terrence said, hey, fuck yeah, I am a give a fuck from Smoke. I give a fuck. Smoke said he cares if people don't. And somebody I was talking to earlier today said, they do care to a degree if it's like an elder or, an elder family member or this, that, and the third.
Does that matter to y'all? If your great aunt such and such got some shit to say about you, then that's a good one. That's a good thing. Because most people, family, they feel uncomfortable around their family and shit like that because the older people got shit to say, you know what I'm saying? Does that matter to y'all? If great aunt such and such got always running her motherfucking mouth and always got something to say about you, your kids, and all of that, does that matter to y'all? Does it affect y'all in any way?
Tina said, laughing my ass off. Okay, that's what's about with Prime. Brandy said there's a lot of haters in this region.
Period.
And Tracy said yes and yes. Smoke said they say I'm conceited. I say I'm confident from Smoke.
Period. Smoke. Fuck them.
Wanda said somebody need a new alarm around here. Brandy said F them too. And Smoke said no, he don't care at all. And I think we've asked the question on here once before. Do you care? Not if people don't like you, but do you care what people think of you? And I saw women and men say actually they do care.
Hey, did you see any men or women that say, oh, that they do care?
Yeah, because
I was about
care what people think of them. Some people really do, and it really bothers some people. Some people live their lives, like to try to appease or to try not to rock the boat or whatever the case may be. And like,
okay, so
Jawanda said, people are gonna have something to say. I don't care how pristine you appear. Somebody's always gonna have something to say, so you gotta let that go. Agreed.
Let me ask you this though: is that a bad thing? If somebody cares about, okay, so like, if I grow, that's the image that I want. You know how some people are type A. They want this image. They want to live their life this way. It's proper. It's this, that, and the third. So, of course, those people naturally are going to care about what people think, sort of. Because they're kind of curving their life towards, they're trying to fix the problem before it happens, is what I'm trying to say. Like, if somebody thinks that they're this way, I'm going to already fix my life so you won't think that. You know what I mean? You follow me? So if is that a bad thing? Because they're comfortable like that. They like that.
I feel like that is the bad thing because you're doing a never-ending battle of trying to. You're pre-thinking everything that you do, and that's lacking confidence and that's lacking esteem. And you're trying to be who you think that people want you to be. And
versus who you are.
Yeah, so I don't think that's good. Tracy said, I don't care. I've learned you can't please people. You got to love yourself all over the bullshit. She said, well, I guess it's to a certain extent, because I definitely live life thinking, what will my mom think first? Well,
that's different though.
But randoms, I don't care. And as y'all know, Sue is my daughter. She's in the comments, and she said she doesn't care what random people think, but when she does certain things, she does think like, what would I think first? And
I think
and they
about
got
my
mad
father
because I did not post Sue for National Daughter Day. Y'all know Sue. Y'all seen her 1,000 times. Go look at any of my pages. I'm not posting her.
Really?
So anywho, so you said you care what Alton think.
I do care because my mother's always been laid back and whatever. You know, she a home girl. My father, it was always the strict church, holy roller. So even at 45, I do care what my father thinks.
I'm trying to see who that is. Kenneth, if you're new.
What's up, Kenneth? How you doing,
never
baby?
Been on here before. We do this weekly. We were doing it live from my page, but we're moving over to the group page. The next question is, why do moms automatically assume more of the responsibility for the child or the children, even in two-parent households? So I'll read that one more time. Why do moms automatically assume more of the responsibility for the child or children, even when it's a two-parent household? Why do you think that is?
Because the child came out her body. I feel like you have a certain... I don't really know how to explain it, but... When that child comes out of your body, it's yours. I know technically, fathers, don't bite my head off, but I know technically that it's our baby and this, and this. But it's something with the mother. It came out my motherfucking body. I have a special obligation to this person that came out of my body. You are not guaranteed to be around. I gotta be here. It came out my body. Okay. I think that's the major thing.
Jawanda says she does care what her parents think because she's a representation of her parents.
That's a good one, Jawanda, because I didn't know people still thought like that.
I can't really see the people who are coming in, so if you want to come in and speak and announce yourself, please feel free.
Hey, to all of y'all.
Miss Brown said, "Where's her answer? She's sneaking." Miss Brown, on your question, your answer on this, because they're on my regular page. Sue, go put Miss Brown's answers in the comments, please, from off of the question that I asked earlier when I put the docket up. Okay, I feel that just because of tradition and how things have always been, mothers have just naturally assumed the role because, of course, before time, moms they bore the child and then they stayed at home. Dad was out working, burning the midnight oil, making money. So, of course, mom was the homemaker and the caretaker of the family and of the child. But I think that being as though we are evolving, I feel that, hey, if I'm out working 8, 10, 12 hours just like you, I'm not assuming the responsibility for this damn child. I don't care if I did have the child.
You don't feel like it's natural? Like, even animals, it's just an instinct. As a human being,
that's true, and I'm not saying nature, and I'm not saying nature and nurture and connections and all that. Hey, a mother can have a connection to a child, but assuming all of the responsibility. I've seen households where the dad lives there, but it's like the mother is a single parent.
Oh, wait a minute, I didn't say
that. I've seen where, hey, the mother, she works just as many hours as the father, but she got to come home, cook, help the child with the homework, get their bath, get their clothes ready while the father is up kicking his feet up. So why do women automatically assume that? I'm not talking about you're not going to have an attachment to your child. Bonding and attachment and all of that is very important to a mom and a baby. But I'm talking about, hey, if I have just as much time in the day as you, why am I tussling with these kids and helping them with their homework and washing their clothes and cooking for them and all of that when I work too?
I feel like that's different though. Why do women feel a natural attachment to assuming responsibility of their child is different from once the child gets here and why are you not picking up the slack? I feel like that's two separate questions. Why we feel the need, because I feel like because it's different.
I said moms automatically assume more responsibility.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Automatically assume
because
more
the child, I feel like it's because the child came out of us and we feel a certain responsibility. But once the child gets here and it comes to raising it and child rearing and all that shit, nah, I don't feel that way. You on the couch, you see the baby needs to eat just like I see the baby need to eat. You see the clothes piling up just like I see the clothes piling up. I think that's totally different than your human instinct to do more for your child?
I feel that, I'm gonna.
Oh no, but we gonna split that.
It's my child, but I need help. I need assistance. We both had this child. We both, in some instances, live together.
Yeah.
Now, if the father does not live with the child, I can understand. But I feel that, hey, we need to have things set up. We need to have a system and all of that kind of stuff.
Agreed.
And especially when a mom has kids back to back. Postpartum depression is a real thing. It does kick in. Mm-hmm. And hey, you getting her pregnant, you knocking her up. She got a 6-month-old. She got a 1-year-old that's like 18 months. And then she got a 3-year-old. That is a lot of mental stress on a mom. And then on top of all of this and that, she didn't have a time to heal or take a break. And then, she's dragging these kids around her. That's why the Susan Smiths and all the people of the world that end up trying to drown or do something to their kids because they're stressed out because, hey, Buck is, he's with the boys drinking or he's in the man cave.
Who the fuck is Buck? The barber?
Her husband.
Bitch, don't say Buck.
He's in the man cave and then she's tussling with the kids. So, yes, moms need to fall back. I'm not saying don't.
Okay, hold on.
I'm not saying don't love and nurture your child, but let the man be a part of the growing and the rearing. Not just coming to give him the whooping or whatever.
We're not going to all put it on the men though. That the men just sitting around doing nothing and the woman is just doing this. There are women out here that won't let the man do anything.
Why do women do that?
There's also women that really feel like this is their child and not the man's child. And what she says what she allows him to do for the child is all that he can do. Or what she allows for his family to kick in or you know what I'm saying? It's kids, it's mothers out here that won't even let the grandmother come see the goddamn kid because she's so possessive and she's so, this is my kid. She won't even let the father help because of these reasons. I feel like that's not right. First of all, it's unhealthy. And that's not beneficial to the child. It's not a balance. It's not a healthy balance.
Hey, Will.
Will, where have you been, William?
I'm sorry, Tom.
No, that was a good interruption. Will, where you been? Because we missed you for 2 shows now.
Ms. Brown said, read her question. So Ms. Brown's answer to that question was, I think it's just motherly instincts, and because most moms do more, in some homes, the other parent can be just another big responsibility like the child. So Ms. Brown saying in some homes, the man is like the 3rd child or the 2nd child. Jawanda said it's a motherly thing. Lauren said because we have birthed the children, God chose me to be the caretaker of the children. Rennie said, yes, Tone, a child is initially connected to the mom the moment they are in the womb. I think it's just natural for a mom to take on the nurturing role.
Who said, was that Jawanda? Read Jawanda's previous comments before Rennie.
Jawanda said it's a motherly thing.
So you don't feel like, Jawanda, do you feel like it's not a fatherly thing? Like they don't have the same instinct? Especially parents that are together. I tell you I'm pregnant, so you there from the time I find out, mm-hmm. you right there with me, mm-hmm. all the way till I push this child out. You're there with me. You don't feel like he gets the same journey or the same whatever as the mom gets.
Okay, Jawanda said, Tone, I concur. It's something about the bond that's been formed in the womb. It's a natural protection.
Yes.
Lauren said men gave birth. Autocorrect tripping. Tracy said it's natural, but women need help. Having a child and running household is hard as fuck and working full time.
Tracy, that's why I said that's 2 different things.
Tracy also said the responsibility includes everything, not just nurturing. Lauren said my husband helps with every single thing. He cooks, wash clothes, helps teach, whatever. Will said I've been out searching for hoes. That's where he been.
And you ain't find none.
Ms. Brown said thanks to Sue. And Tracy said it's not a minimal tone. Most men act like children.
Oh.
I will give like my example of first having a child without, just with a baby daddy, just getting pregnant by somebody, no shade, versus being married, getting pregnant, and having a child.
Okay.
It's night and day.
It is.
It's night and day, and ultimately all of this depends on just the people.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
But I feel like, hey, being as though I didn't have a great first experience with a man having a child, I was going to make sure that I had the second time, because I only was having 2 kids. I was going to make sure, like, hey, this time is going to be what it's supposed to be. And luckily, the person that I was married to was over enthused about having a child, and always was overly the mother and the father. So I took a back seat. I can't say I had did so much with Sue, because Sue had great grandparents. So Sue
had great grandparents. She had great people like
she had a great village.
Yeah.
My sister, she had a
Molly,
great village.
Yeah.
So I always had it easy. But when you have a child and the father's in the household, please allow him to do things. He can take the kids to the doctor. He can take the kids to school. He can do laundry, like Lauren said. He can cook meals. He can do all of that. And as you know,
he can babysit the motherfuckers too.
Yeah. My son, now he lives with his father, and they've been inseparable since the womb. So I don't have no problem with it. I feel, I'm an empty nest. I feel great. Take that.
And I think we need to be okay with being okay with that. People want you to feel some type of way about that. They want you to feel guilty about having your time and being your own person with kids, and you not devoting your whole entire life to your child. People try to make you feel fucked up about that shit, and it's cool.
Tina says your facial expressions are priceless. Will said
Tina, look at my face. It's written all over it.
Will said it's his baby mother in the comments.
Yes.
Tracy said it's definitely night and day with the circumstances, but it's still hard.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I literally did what I wanted. Like, hey, I don't assume the responsibility. It's your child too. So hey, I'm gonna leave out, or I'm gonna do whatever.
For sure.
But definitely when they say, like, make sure you never know at the end of the day, but you kind of know, make sure you know who you're having a child by.
And that's what it all boils down to. You got to make sure that this nigga's right.
Next question. Tyler Perry saying it's okay for black women to settle for mediocrity in a relationship. What's y'all thoughts on that?
I'm going to tell you my motherfucking thoughts on this. I'm going to tell you my thoughts on this. Tyler, I love you, but fuck off. Okay, so this is, ladies, hear me out on this, and gentlemen too. I've given this so much thought since the time that he said this out of his mouth. Why is it that every race of women is expected to marry up? Every race of woman is expected to want better, except for the black American woman. There is no way in the 4 fucks that an Arabian, a Pakistani, an African, a Colombian, there's no way that the father of those daughters would ever encourage their daughters to find the gas station attendant and fuck with him a little bit. He making two euros an hour and shit, and her father's going to encourage her to fuck with him. Her father's going to encourage her to mess with somebody, maybe the owner of the gas station, maybe the mechanic that works at the gas station. You know what I'm saying? They want somebody that's better than the household she was raised in. And when you get to the African-American woman, black woman, African-American and black is the same. When you get to the American, I meant to say, black woman, you hear shit like Tyler Perry. Well, it's okay if he don't do this. It's okay if he drop fries. It's okay if he... Bitch, it's not okay. I want our fathers, our black men, to stand up for us too. We should not be accepting just any fucking thing. Now, if that's the man that you want and that's the man that you fell in love with, cool. But for you to be on a national platform telling us to settle, it's fucked up.
Okay.
Tyler, what was you thinking?
Candace said absolutely fucking not.
Thank you.
Said Tyler can kiss her ass.
Period.
This is them talking, Tyler. I might get the game show on at your network. Tracy
and I'm
said,
still love you, Tyler. If Talks with Tone and Teena ever end up on what is it? What he got? The Tyler Perry Studios?
You never ever
I'ma love you for real.
Settling for bullshit, Tracy said. And she said it's brainwashing, plain and simple.
Period,
okay,
Tracy.
I was having this conversation with a guy earlier, and he said that he feels that Tyler's words were a bit misconstrued. He said that Tyler was not saying settle for anything, but Tyler was saying that having a family and having a relationship has gone out the window in a bit because people are so worried about what the man has. He's saying, hey, if the woman is the breadwinner and the woman just so happens to pay the mortgage and the man makes significantly less and he pays the utilities, if the family is intact and a whole, that shouldn't be like the focal point. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was saying.
Let me stop you there. Again, there is no other culture. There is no other culture that encourages their women to accept that just to make the family whole. In order, there are standards that these men have to meet for their fathers to approve for them to marry this man.
Okay.
And it has nothing to do with whether keeping the family whole. We're gonna keep the family whole, but you have to be able to provide for the family.
Okay, I feel that a blue collar worker is providing for the family in a certain way, but I feel like we also got to be realistic about the men that we have as black men.
I'm not talking about
we can't make a man be this person. If we got 10 of these type of guys and we got 30 women over here trying to get a man, and hey, he's, you know, the best driver at UPS or whatever, and his salary is his salary, like, I just feel like the supply and the demand is not the same.
I agree with you on that,
and
but
that's realistic.
I agree with you on that, but I never mentioned wealth, what class, what salary. I never mentioned any of that. What I'm saying is I'm going to the bare minimum. If you have no job, if you ain't never had a job in your life,
Is that Billy?
a nigga that's dropping fries is a step up for you. You ain't got shit. He dropping fries. He listen, that's your Prince Charming right there, bitch. You ain't got nothing. He got a little something. He got his foot in the door. That's a come up. Tyler Perry is saying, don't worry about none of that shit. You really just get with the motherfucker that's gonna love you, and there's a lot of motherfuckers that's gonna love you.
Candace said that Tyler Perry said, quote, if the man can only pay the light bill, then that should be okay. Mm-hmm. Not if the man ain't doing nothing for you. And I'm not taking up for Tyler Perry in any stretch of the imagination. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
Okay.
And conversely, there are so many women that take care of men that do nothing. That, hey, I'm not saying, hey, settle for anything, but are you going to get with the man that's, you know, he's working, like you said, dropping fries, or he's driving for UPS? Are you going to get with him at 50 and see how it goes? Or are you going to, you know, list your way, like I always say, out of being single from 50 till you drop dead? What are you going to do?
I feel like that y'all are really focused on the thing. The focus that I have is the encouragement. The focus that I have is you actually on a national platform telling women to settle, black women, black American women, that don't worry about that he doesn't have this, and this. So don't worry about it.
And they say, I'm sorry to cut you off, they said when Tyler was speaking about it, mm-hmm. he used a little Bonquisha accent.
I didn't have a problem with that. That was kind of funny.
And they said that was, I mean, over on TikTok, y'all know.
Yeah. I saw the videos. They had a real problem with him stereotyping things. I personally found that part funny. But my problem is not that he only has this job, or you're going to be single because you're waiting for Mr. Right. That's not my problem. I don't have a problem with whoever finds. My problem is with Tyler Perry directly telling black women that they should be okay with somebody who is not able to provide for their family, who is not on the level that they are on. I don't give a fuck what level it's on. I don't care about that. If she drop fries, he need to drop fries too. My whole thing is, every other culture, for their women, they expect the very best from within.
Candace said,
Tyler, I love you, but sir.
Candace said, love isn't enough at our big age, and I'm
supposed
to settle for crumbs. No. Janine said,
hey, Janine.
Most black men don't have the mentorship or role models to show them how to stand up as men. But most black women have adapted to accepting settling just to say we have someone. And
yeah,
definitely, that's
Janine,
1,000%.
That's a word.
That's 1,000%.
That's a word.
Smoke said, but they tried to dog a good guy. The good guy, the so-called good guy, always try to throw himself in the mix.
And then Smoke, define good guy.
Exactly.
He good for who?
Then Ariel,
I think that's what it is. He ain't good for everybody, but he good for somebody.
Ariel, my niece said,
what's up, Ariel?
Ariel, my niece, said, depends on the mindset of the guy. As long as he wants better for himself. Ariel, I have a problem with that. Because you could gaze up into the stars and say you want better for yourself.
But if there's no
what
action,
are you acting on? What are you doing?
Absolutely.
So you're going to get with the guy, you're what, 25? You're about 30 now. You're going to get with the guy that, he's saying like, yeah, I want better for myself while he, rolling his joint, but he's not doing anything. How long would you go for that? So we have to
I was sold a lot of dreams.
We definitely have to have boundaries, and we have to hold people accountable, So that's my little 2 cents. I'm not in no means agreeing with Tyler Perry at all. But I do feel like there has been a significant breakdown in just black relationships overall. Mm-hmm. This new age and this new wave for the past, I would say 20 years, it has just really gone lopsided, and I don't see it getting better. We have to look at what our men have become and not make excuses, but we need better men.
I mean, hey, listen.
That's just period.
That's a word.
I hope that my son
so your thing
becomes
is
the best man.
The reason why we are encouraged to accept less than, or we're encouraged that he's doing his best, because that's what the fuck we got.
Yeah, we got Pookie. People are
okay. I go with that.
They got kids by Pookie, and it is what it is. And
I go with that.
We could sugarcoat it all day.
Okay.
So with the next generation coming up, Debbie and them age group, I don't foresee it getting better because the kids are out of control. But you would hope that
it might be better.
I feel like it's just getting significantly worse, actually.
Yeah.
It is. And then you have so many young ladies that, like Janine said, they want to have a man that they will move a man in. They will take care of him. Even if he is doing the bare minimum, they will go along with that because either I have that or I have nothing.
Yeah.
And that's just, that's from 18-year-old to 50-year-old. I'm around women all day, and I see all women from all walks of life that are willing to take care of a man to have one. Yeah. So that's the reality of it.
And
look what our pickings are.
And that's not exclusive to the black community. That's in every culture.
Yes,
some women they're gonna take whatever they're gonna take just to say they have a man. White women do that, Asian women do that, Latinos do that, everybody do that. So that's not exclusive to us.
Smoke said, damn well he never less than a man.
So why you say that? Why are you offended by what I'm saying? I didn't think you was less than a man, but you like, I'm stupid. First of all, I'm stupid. That was surprising. And then it was...
I think he was saying, like, Tone, you stupid, not you're literally stupid.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
well,
saying?
Smoke, I had to drink, so okay.
Figuratively.
Okay, we back
not
booze
literally,
again.
literally.
Okay, well, we back booze again. The drinks might influence me, Smoke. All right. But no, Smoke, seriously speaking.
He said he loved you, you're smart, and you're a straight shooter.
Okay, well,
you know how you be like...
You stupid. Yeah. That's why I don't text when I argue, Smoke, because I take everything offensively. That's why. But Smoke, let me ask you.
Liquor in her.
And I got liquor in me, Smoke. Y'all know how I do. Smoke. So let me ask you this: would you encourage your daughter? Do you have a daughter? And would you encourage your daughter to just get somebody who's not like? What advice would you give to your daughter when it comes to dating?
Cherie said a lot of cultures force beliefs on their kids or on their families, and it never ends well for them. That's true.
That is true.
To look at that too.
That is true. There's a lot of things that's forced, and they end up killing those women. They end up like mistreating them. That's very true too.
And Ms. Brown said Debbie's gonna be good. I pray that he will.
If he don't buy those Uggs, but other than that, yeah.
Can't just say love is not enough at our big age. I'm supposed to settle for crumbs. No, I think I read that.
I agree.
And Smoke said, "Thank you, Tone."
Smoke, you my hands.
Moving on to the next question. Tyler Perry, that was like a nice little field day.
But Tyler, we still love you if you want to pick up our show and shit, though.
Okay, this is another one. Chasing your dreams over the age of 40. Should you proceed or should you let them die or fade away?
If you got life in your body, you need to chase your dreams. I ain't start chasing my dreams till 37. You know, if you got life, I don't give a fuck if you 65, 75. If you want to go back to school to do something, if you want to start a new career, if you want to do anything if you want to start a YouTube channel and you a 7-year-old bitch and they say that's for the young people, bitch, start the channel.
You want to get tattoos, rap, twerk, be a hoe, trick.
All of that. If you want to start tricking at 60, bitch, I'm for it.
Is that Vera?
Put together a little promo and I'm going to share it for you. If you want to be a hoe at 70, I'm going to share it on my page for you.
Said never give up your dreams. And,
hell no, don't ever give up your dreams.
I don't know if y'all know the lady Baddie Winkle. She's in her 90s.
I love her.
And Baddie Winkle is a baddie. You know what I'm saying? She has a lot of endorsements from like Fashion Nova and all of those.
She does.
She has the baddie aesthetic. She wears all the baddie clothes.
She does.
She's on a cane now and all of that, and she's getting up there. She's over 90, but she has over 3 million followers, and she didn't become who she was until... Like
70s, was it?
No, like she ain't become Baddie Winkle until like... recently, you know.
Oh, a couple of years ago.
Yeah, she became that, and you know,
I found her like maybe 2 years ago.
The Kardashians, this one, that one, everybody sweats her, and she's 90. Now, if she would have said, hey, I'm 40, I don't want to do that, that was 50 years ago. So 50 years ago, she would have already given up on becoming whatever.
Well, that's number one. Number two, there are so many people who grandchildren and children start pages for them, like the grandmothers, and they cook or they say some crazy. I follow hundreds, and they or the grandparents that say crazy shit, and I love them.
That's like my thing.
Yeah, I love them. So just imagine your life without their content. I don't think you should ever.
The lady Holla that died, you know, Miss Holla.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
I don't think you should ever give up your dreams.
Okay, Jawanda said every day you wake up to a new day to pursue what you didn't get to do
absolutely
the day before. Persevere until you make it happen.
I agree.
And Tracy said she missed the question. The question is just pursuing your dreams after 40 years old. Should you let them die or fade away, or should you always keep going?
Now, let me ask you this. Exclusively to rap. Do you think there's a cap on the age for rap?
No, I don't. Like I said, I was speaking to someone earlier, and there are so many layers and levels to things nowadays, and there are so many different, you know, like lanes and ways to do it. So no, I don't think that.
So a 45-year-old that start rapping.
If a 45-year-old likes to rap and that's what they do, they should do it. They should go for it. If they're 70 and they like to rap,
I agree.
They could go viral. They could go platinum. They could get all the streams. Whatever the case may be. Whatever, you only get one chance of this that we know of. Whatever you feel like you want to do, go for it.
Agreed. I feel like if the bitch that said period, if that bitch was able to go viral with that shit and get a following with that shit, a 50-year-old rapper could get his shot.
Cherie said, get out of your own way and live.
Period.
Brown said, yes, Cherie. She needed that.
Cherie, that is the number one thing. It's you thinking that you can't do it versus the world. You know what I'm saying? It's you your worst enemy.
Ms. Brown said earlier that she wanted to pursue nursing school, but she kind of let it fade as she got older. I think that sometimes, like, yeah, we put our lives on hold and on the back burner because we become moms or whatever.
And just life gets in the way.
Yeah, but I feel that becoming like an empty nester or all your kids are grown, I feel like that's like your second win to live like your second life.
New beginning.
And do whatever you want to do.
Agreed.
Like sky is the limit. Your kids are grown, they out the way. Yeah, you got grandkids and you might got to babysit them and all of that. But I feel like the same like perseverance, like Jawanda said, that you had when you was 20, 21, trying to figure out what's this big world about. I feel like you should get that back in you once your last baby turns 18 or 21, gets out of college or do whatever, and they really taking care of themselves. You should definitely live for you.
My cousins are all early 50s now. Like, kids are grown, doing their own thing or whatever. When I tell you my cousins are motherfucking lit, they're lit. They travel all the time. They're doing things that they've never done.
The sugar babies.
Yeah, the sugar babies be on the motherfucking move, ho. They do all the things that they've ever wanted to do because they have their second life. It's like a second shot at life. You know what I'm saying? They was mid doing their 30s or whatever, but now them bitches is turned.
They be outside
all the time and everywhere.
Tanya, my favorite.
Tanya is her favorite. So don't ever give up your shit. Nah. I'm going to be 50 still trying to be the top fashion designer.
They went to the all-night cookout.
I'm going to be 100. Yeah.
Now old asses.
And we couldn't even make it. Them bitches stayed up all night. We couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to forever try to, do what I want.
Okay, the next question. Meeting someone new romantically when you're pushing 50 or you're in your 50s. What are the do's and don'ts or the pros and cons to that?
Well, I've been on and off with my nigga for years.
Miss Brown said yes, Jacket Tone.
Oh,
sorry,
you.
I got off track.
Thank you, boo.
Miss Brown, I'm supposed to get some fabric Thursday. Y'all pray for me and keep y'all fingers crossed.
No.
Y'all know when it come to get my stuff made, shit happens.
So let me...
I'm not going to make her what I don't want.
Listen, y'all gonna tune in and see what I make.
Anywho, so we want to go fabric shopping Thursday.
Hey,
so
I'm gonna vlog that.
Stay tuned.
So y'all gotta be subscribed to my channel, The Life of a Plus Size Designer. That's gonna be on the vlog. That's going shopping, all of this argument back and forth. We do this all day. So you'll see all of that.
Her trying to put her likes on me.
Her trying to bully me into doing whatever she wants. It's all gonna be on the vlog. So you might as well subscribe.
I'm gonna get my way. But anyway. So Ms. Brown said, okay, Tracy said, don't settle and actually get to know a person before jumping into anything.
Yeah.
Get to know their soul.
Yeah.
So Tracy thinks the question is dating, trying to get romantically involved with someone. What are the pros and the cons and the do's and the don'ts as you're approaching 50 or over 50?
Yeah.
I feel like be honest. I feel like we have a big problem with being honest. I feel like when you first meet somebody, you want to put on your best presentation. You want to put on your best self. And I'm not saying divulge all of your personal information off the break, but I'm saying don't be a big ass cat.
I think putting your best foot forward is the worst thing you can do.
Because you're not
going to live up to
You're
that.
not giving them your authentic self.
Exactly.
But I also think that it's like two different aspects. Either you're going to be the person that, hey, as soon as you meet the person and they're bullshitting, you're going to cut them off. Or, hey, you talk all this trash like, hey, when I get somebody, I'm not going for this, I'm not going for that. But when you get into it, you don't want to be alone because you like them a little bit.
Yeah.
So you end up settling or dealing.
You're like, I can deal with this.
Yeah. You end up taking whatever they give.
Well, I feel like in any aspect that you give, you're not going to get 100% of what you're looking for. You're going to have to settle for some shit. But it's what you settle on. You gotta have some must-have, some I'm not fucking with him if he ain't this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking with her if she ain't this. You can't settle on those things. But other things...
Cherie said don't lie. Tracy said living your truth for sure. And
true.
And then we have to talk about like sex and things of that nature because we are getting of a particular age.
Okay, so when we get into the sex part... How important should sex be in the relationship if you're over 50?
I feel that a lot of times women's sex drive is more than a man, especially the older that they get.
Yeah.
I feel like, of course, with diabetes, drinking, and all of these things, men cannot, get their
perform.
Yeah, they can't get up, perform as they once could. Their stamina is not the same. They're not eating properly, so they got the stomach, they got the titties, they got all of that, and that's